It was just a huge perspective, bigger than I ever could have imagined. I felt that the answers were so much bigger than myself. In the United States recently, John Hopkins University has conducted several studies with psilocybin and LSD. Okay guys, if you haven't seen the first video, please go watch it. That video just gives a really good introduction to mushrooms and why it was that I decided to take them for the first time. So without further ado, we will jump right into the story. When I tried psilocybin for the first time, I wanted to replicate the results of the study. So what they did is they had the patients lay down, listen to classical music, close their eyes, go into their mind with a therapist in the other room in case they needed anything. So that's exactly what I did. Alright, so the first thing that happened as the mushrooms started kicking in was I started to worry about my body's ability to continue breathing, because my conscious mind isn't what keeps all those things functioning. And so when I started to sink into my subconscious, I was worried that I wouldn't be able to keep everything going. But then I realized that my brain is very good at this. It's been doing it for a long time without me having to do anything, and I just was able to relax and let my body do what it knows how to do. Once I was able to relax and sort of let go of fear, I remember just getting this sense that my brain is just this incredible, powerful creature of its own. And I started to wonder if I would cease to exist when my brain decomposed into the earth. I started to recognize the very beginning of me when I was created. I started to go into my cell memory of the beginning of my cell's existence, and to sort of feel this wonder and awe at what memory I still held in my cells. I sort of was able to accept, you know what? It's been a good run, it's been a beautiful life, and if it all ends after this, then I started to feel this acceptance about my own death and come to a place where I no longer felt afraid. And it was in that moment that I suddenly felt connected to this massively, much larger organism that has existed forever. I realized that the cellular structure of my brain had been formed from already existing cells. And I felt that everything on Earth, all things, all creatures, they came from these same original cells. That they were all part of this massive organism that would continue to exist forever. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. When the cells of a dying creature go into the ground, they just simply turn into something new. I knew that I was part of this organism, that we are all part of this organism, and that I would continue to be part of it in whatever form that might take. I felt that the deep purpose that I've been searching for life is life itself. That the purpose of each creature is to just fill the measure of its creation, to experience life, to experience how it feels to exist in this form. I felt that I had taken other forms before. When I was standing in the mirror looking at myself, it was like I was looking at this alien object. It was so strange to see my own face in the mirror. It just felt like that thing in the mirror wasn't me. I was this other piece of light that was just filling this form right now. I felt that everything would always be okay, that I would always be taken care of, that I was safe, that nothing could harm me, that there are no problems. The problems that we have in this world are just stories. You know, another word for stories is they're just illusions. They're not real. They can't really hurt us, the thing that we really are. I felt that there was no evil that actually really existed, that it was just fear. That the great interference to this amazing love and gratitude that I felt I really was just fear, that fear is the interrupter to us being able to feel this love and gratitude. Letting go of fear is the transcendence above all of those problems. There was a point where I imagined a dinosaur stepping over my body and was about to eat me, and I suddenly just felt completely at peace, and I just felt like I just let go of all fear, and it didn't matter if the dinosaur ate me or where I was going next. I was just like going with the movement and the flow of life. I also felt this oneness with the organism that spans infinity. I felt a desire to do more for the organism. You know, if every other person is part of you, to bring suffering to another person seems totally contradictory. So I feel like this feeling of oneness that we can have with all things is so beautiful, and it creates this desire for us to help and love each other as ourselves. I felt like this love and kindness toward each other is the nature, the true nature of the organism, to love itself. I realized and recognized that I have the power within me to love myself, that this love is always there within me. I felt that the answers were so much bigger than myself, and some of my questions that I asked, they sort of fell by the wayside because they weren't important anymore once I felt the immensity and the enormity of this being. It was just a huge perspective, bigger than I ever could have imagined, and I feel like consciousness spans the universe, and the better we get at being able to go into those meditative states and to let go of this sort of illusion that we have here with our thinking mind and our human experience, the more truth we're able to see. So that was my experience. Would you ever try magic mushrooms? Have you ever had your own experience? Share in the comments. I'm really looking forward to hearing, and I hope to see you in the next video.